but I ain't never defeated a girl like that. That was not a fight. And second, he was 14 years old. She was 9. He was every bit of 5'11". She looked at like damn near a baby.
That's crazy. Man.
So I can speak on bullying. The adult supervision, man, is so important because the bus driver, as these kids is watching this shit transpire, I have to bring this up and then we can make a point to it. It starts with the supervision and it starts at home. So I'm going to give y'all an example. Everybody know, anybody follow me on social media, my daughter was recently getting bullied at Buffett School. This is where it gets sick and sad. I went into this office where this lady is the dean, and I hope she sees the shit. I don't give a fuck. This lady is the dean. And I sat there and talked to her about why. I was like, ma'am, you don't understand. Like, I will go to jail for life over my child. And I'm begging you as an adult to put this shit to bed, nip it in the butt right now. And I was telling her how broke we were and how we don't really have money. We just literally living above our means just to get her in a good school. And this lady's like, your parents are so amazing. Right, boom. Fast forward, my daughter told me she was pushed in front of a teacher. I was so livid behind the shit, I didn't even bring up that situation. So we go home, and I get a call from my kid's mom. I talked to her. She said, you know, the teacher that Aviana was pushed in front of, a little boy pushed her to the ground very hard. This is what my daughter said. She said, Aviana just said that the dean was the teacher. It's like, I felt vulnerable finding that out. Because as I'm praying to this lady to stop my daughter from being abused, she witnessed it firsthand and she was acting shocked like, I didn't know this was happening. And my daughter said that she got pushed right in front of the dean, and the dean said, Aviana, get up, or y'all stop playing around and get up, or something like that. Listen, man, my daughter ain't never horseplayed. She's just not, you know what I'm saying? She's not built like that. First off, she's nothing but, she weighs 60 pounds. And she's tiny. Yeah. So she's not horseplaying with no little boy. And for that to transpire, like I said, watching that video is triggering for me because I can mark my words. I will take down a whole family over some shit like that. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but if I see on camera my daughter getting hit like that, y'all might as well just...
Or even for the other kids, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my
son, that was my son, like swinging on a little girl like that, and a young girl like that, and like, he had his fist ball though. He's like over top. Man, that's tough.
And like I said, I don't like to speak on children, but we need more leaders. That's what this platform is for. I want kids to watch this and say, oh, I didn't know this. Listen, I can tell you firsthand, if you're being bullied, tell somebody. Yeah. Don't just let kids pick on you every day. I'm telling you, I'm watching my daughter. She keeps saying, these are my friends. So I try to explain to her the story of, you ever seen the movie Boys Don't Cry? With the girl, she was a lesbian, and she was just trying to fit in with the guys. And it happened in like Lincoln or some shit like that. She was from Lincoln, and she went to like, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So what happens is, you think you somebody's friend to the point where they'll fuck around and hurt you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She like getting killed.
Yeah, she wound up getting killed. And you gotta really keep your head on the swivel and know who really rocking with you and who. Like, I know all of your homeboys is not my homeboys. You my homeboy, but some of your homeboys be like, I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep your head on the swivel. Everybody ain't your friend, stink. Everybody got the best interest in you. And once you see one little crack to where they trying to expose, they don't fuck with you like that. They really don't fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and that's just the nature of society. So you got to be ready for anything when it comes to a motherfucker already tried you and showing you negative energy. I'm big on energy, and you used to say that shit all the time, but it's starting to finally soak into me like what energy is. Like a motherfucker that ain't trying to help you, a motherfucker that don't got no best. Everybody gonna be for self regardless, but it's just like I said. You're not on the show anymore, and if you said to me, dude, man, I want to put my shows up, I would do it in a heartbeat because my energy is where it's supposed to be. Right. You know what I'm saying? So how do we get or convince our kids, Tori, to start telling that they're being bullied?
I don't know. I don't know if you can get kids to do that because kids are too worried about their pride and their ego being smashed and being seen as less than or being seen as basically a kid that can't fight. A kid, because you only get bullied when you can't fight.
Yeah.
So my thing would be this here, and I'm gonna relate it to other topics like health and law. You know, these are things that all of us as so-called minorities, you know, I don't like that word, but so-called minorities, we're starting to run into these problems. Every time something happens, when it comes to the police or whatever, we don't know nothing about the law, we out here whining about it. Every time something happened with our family and they die or something, we don't go study the disease or nothing, we cry about it. You know what I'm saying? It keep happening. It's starting to happen with these kids. Kids is getting bullied, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do about it? If we gonna keep going to the schools, you said the dean don't give a damn.
Yeah.
We still know we got this racism problem, so we look for these people to look out for our children in the school. There's some point where we have to start to hold the responsibility. Like, we got to take all the responsibility. We can't say, no, that's the school doing. The school ain't doing nothing. You know how I feel about any corporation. You know what I mean? So my thing is health, law, and self-defense should be part of the curriculum for your kid as soon as they're 5 years old. As soon as they're 5 years old. Stop babying these kids. Get them ready for society. I'm also say this here. There's a lot. It's a lot of, like, man, from where I came from, when I was in the 80s. Man, the lack of love in the household is getting ridiculous right now. Like, I see that, and that's terrible. But we also know we got 13-year-olds out here gunning people down with semi-automatic weapons. Like, there's something going on in the household where there's no love being given. You only can act like that when you're angry. You know what I'm saying? When you see them kids doing that, they're angry.
Yeah.
And they ain't just angry at that little girl. Like, they're angry about life. So why are they so
That's
angry?
What I was going to say. It started in the household.
You say it starts in the household. So
these.
these parents out here, they got to start taking responsibility. Y'all are raising these angry-ass children. And I ain't saying that happened in my generation. And I slipped through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? But something has to be done. Kids shouldn't have to go out like that. But if you're in that type of environment, if we know it's that type of environment out there, instead of it, you got to go take your kid, put them in self-defense. You got to get them ready, you feel me?
Yeah,
and then when it comes to a situation like that, yeah, the bus driver got to be liable, you know what I mean? The school got to be liable.
Definitely.
But again, we don't know this, because if you know law, then you know that the school in that school bus is in a jurisdiction where they have the responsibility of protecting your kid. And if they're not protecting your kid, you need to sue them.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So we have
That's
to start doing stuff that actually has some effect.
So once the school gets sued 2 or 3 times because the bus drivers watch this a couple children get beat on, they're gonna be like, hey, we need to start a class of teaching the bus drivers how to have. You're 100% right.
They're going to cater to your best interest. Why? Because they're getting hit in their pockets and they're getting hit. You know what I'm saying, from a reputation standpoint.
You know, I go back to say, though, it starts in the home. He's like I said, that young man, whoever, he's a young man. Right. You know what I'm saying? If that was my son, I'm checking. You don't got to worry about police. Man. And I see that's old school. Like, you used to be able to get your butt whooped, and then, you know, you told your teacher you go get your butt whooped again. That's what happened to me in school. Right. I remember getting in trouble. Right. And I told my teacher I couldn't sit down because my butt was bleeding. Right. And it's a true story. I remember this stuff. Right. And then I ran home. I'm ready to run from home because good, I'm gonna whip him again. She's like, oh, well, you're in trouble again. That was it. Yeah. Now the way the law works is, because this happened to me as an adult now, as a parent, is they can just accuse you of something, whatever. You get investigated. You got child protective services in there. I had child protective services come 3 times for me on nothing, just for nothing. So it's like.
But you gotta be willing to go through the fire in that situation. I'm gonna give an example. So I told my girl, you need to whip your son. She said, no, they'll call the police. I don't give a fuck, and we'll fight it. We'll get a lawyer. But if we don't stop him from behaving the way he's behaving, we're hurting him. We're not. I'm telling you, I was on my kids so much, man. I got some good kids. I can't even try to make them out to be anything but good. Even when. Like, all right, let me give an example. So my daughter has some animosity towards Tori because they quit the show on me, right? But when she seen Tori, what does she say? And you gave her a compliment.
She gave me the look, yes, so I could tell.
Yes, but that's just the nature in her. She's protecting her father, but she also has enough respect to understand you're a man and you respect a man. Right. And we kept it moving.
Yo, what's up? At the hottest podcast in the city, the smartest dumb people. I'm here with my nigga, that dude Johnson. You know what I'm saying? We go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Y'all tune in every week or every time. Hit the like button, subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share, tell your people about it. Y'all know what it is. It's the smartest dumb people.
See, man, when you get that type of
he clearly single with other people, so like this was a story.
This is the best
podcast in the city of Long
Thank
Island.
you.
Appreciate it.
I'm not pandering.
You know what I'm saying? And they take vocals and, scripts and they
That's how living on Tupac.
You're a real hustler, huh? That's pretty neat. That you put into it.
But I also met
They know she likes to go outside, play soccer by herself. We have to
Females right here, more than enough females out there.
make sure. I want to change it like Snoop Dogg. He's an icon in all facets of
One of the
life.
most loved icons in the world.
But
I feel like they cheat stupid. They gonna get caught. Yeah, they cheat with their dick like we cheat with our mind. I feel like women.
no more. But before I let you explain that, I want to show a little clip of a little monster.
I'm on Pandora, YouTube. I'm on
Students and everybody, Carl.
I'm trying to find.
It is what it is. It's fine if you bring it to Martin Kemp.
It's so immature to be like, what are you really doing with life after 30?
There's two cats. No, you can hustle them anyway. There's two cats in high school.
This is the coldest fucking thing that's going on. These the realest niggas out
Yeah,
there.
you already know.
Like for real, like this.
God, I go off the mentality of the woman, and I know if I know my woman.
Smart Dummy!
Let's go.